Hey everybody, welcome to Jason Explains Things. We've got a really fun Jeep themed video for you today. So this is Nate Ham, who's been on the channel a couple times. He is a parts sales manager for AEV. Thing about Nate is he's a cool guy, and he also has probably the coolest job perk, continuous rotation of company cars.
That is one of the benefits is I get to drive fancy cars to show them off to people, to get influenced to buy cool parts.
And now you're about to swap out this beautiful Jeep for a more different Jeep. So we're gonna do a video about it before it goes away forever.
Yeah, unfortunately I only got to drive this for a few months now, and this is going away, and I'm actually getting a green Gladiator.
Awesome. Now you've taken this to Colorado, right?
Yes.
And done all of like the Black Bear Pass and all those things?
Well, I didn't do everything in Colorado, but I did some of the bucket list trails in Colorado, like Black Bear Pass.
All right, Nate, let's do a walk around of this awesome Jeep. You can show us all the cool features that makes this different from a regular Jeep Rubicon, and I'm gonna be the camera and you're gonna be me.
I'll be you?
Yeah,
I'm gonna be you?
Bye.
Hi, welcome. All right, Nate, so the last time we did a video walk around like this, I talked a whole lot because we had the Colorado, and I love the Colorados and know a lot about them. Not so much the Jeeps. What do we got here?
Yeah, so this is actually our AEV JL370 package. This is where a package where most people that tend to build Jeeps will go in and lift the vehicle, put bigger tires in front and rear bumper. This vehicle you can actually buy from a Jeep dealership already pre-built with all these features like front bumper, rear bumper. Or you can have it sent to us and we can build it in our facility. Or if you want to, you can do it a la carte and build it up to this kind of style. So there's a lot of great features about it, and then we'll go over and talk about every little nook and cranny.
Sounds good. Let's
Quirks
do it.
and features.
Quirks and
All
features.
the quirks and features.
Quirks and features.
Features.
This.
All right, so starting from the front, we have this bumper. So let's find out all about it. What do we got here?
Yeah, so one of the big things that we learned for doing steel stamping of bumpers was on the JK project. We were the first ones to come out with a stamped steel front bumper, which was really revolutionary for the off-road industry. One of the things that people always kind of had gripes about was we didn't have as good of winch access, so we wanted to actually make the bumper space more open, so you have better line management down there. So if you have your winch line building up on one side, you can shift it and basically
That
get
never
in there.
happens.
No, never.
No, you're...
Yeah.
Quiet you.
But another one of the little details about this front bumper is we get to use the OEM fog lights. This comes with all the brackets between the Sports, Hair, and the Rubicon. I'd like to be able to get these OEM fog lights on it.
Yeah, so speaking of lights, these are yours. I mean, I see the badges on the side. So what do we got here? These are massive.
Yeah, so these are AEV's 7000 series lights. They actually produce 9,900 raw lumens, and we call it 8,000 effective lumens is what they produce. And like the way we rate effective lumens is like how much light is actually getting transferred to the road and not just getting sent off in weird directions where it's not usable.
So past the diffused lenses and things like that.
Yep, and that's 8,000 lumens per light.
Wow. It's the sun. Two of the sun.
They are bright.
Technical terms. So we talked about the light output on these guys. Let's talk about the mounting. So it looks like they're mounted off of the hoop itself. Is there a reason behind that, or?
Yeah, there's a couple of reasons for that. One of the big one is actually that winch access once again. By not having it mounted on the bumper, we're able to get a little bit more space to get your hand in there for the winch management. Also get to easier access to the clutch handle of the winch. One of the neat features about this AEV bumper with having this hoop here is it actually has a steel skeleton behind it, so it's super strong for when you, we'll say, accidentally hit a deer on the highway. And
that never happens.
That never happens.
That would never.
No, I don't think I've seen that in the recent history of anyone. Was it?
Forerunner.
A Forerunner.
Yeah, anybody's poor Forerunner.
So that hoop's there to protect the radiator for striking animals off-road.
Awesome.
That's what it's there for. But also having this plastic cover allows us to hide the wires for these 7000 series lights, so they're not dangling in your way.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I noticed when we were walking around this before shooting is the plastic that you have on here, and it's one of the things I love about my Colorado is you made it look factory. So the plastic looks like the wheel flares. It matches in with the truck really, really well.
So we have a 1/2-inch thick recovery point that actually is frame mounted, so that it ties into the frame of the vehicle if you do recovery, that you're not going to be yanking on just the bumper.
Nice.
That's a good solid point to mount your 3/4-inch anchor shackles to it.
If only they had put this on a Jeep Compass. I'm just gonna throw back to a million old videos.
The lower A-arm works just fine.
Yeah, lower A-arm. Yeah, that's one way to do it. And then sometimes that's all you have.
Scooting on over, we have a hole there that looks suspiciously useful. What is that?
Oh, you talking about this little square hole right here?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that hole is actually for the foot of a high lift jack. It gives you a nice little solid perch for it to like lift the vehicle without having to slide off. So those high lift jacks are sometimes helpful in some situations.
Yeah, they're useful. They're a little scary, but they're useful.
They
Absolutely.
are. Definitely use it with proper education on how to lift a vehicle on a high lift
But
jack.
having those points available like that is really, really nice. Because
Yeah.
the first time you need them, I mean, it could be the only time you need them, but it pays for itself right there.
Down here we have a nice skid plate made out of boron steel. Same with the bumper.
Nice, yep. And
then
something
you would
in
open
that
that.
skid plate, it looks like.
Yeah, that was a nice little feature too. Is we snuck a 20-inch light bar from Baja Designs in behind the skid plate. It gives you a bunch of light down low where it really counts.
So finishing up with this bumper, it's the little things that count. I mean, I see the kneel pads on each side, which, you know, if you need to get into the engine bay on the trail, it's little things like that that make all the difference.
I always figured if you're gonna have to work on your vehicle on a trail, it's probably gonna be like the worst situation ever.
Exactly.
Like you're probably gonna be raining outside, it's probably gonna be muddy, and now you're gonna have some kind of problem that needs to get in the engine bay. So having this little traction pad, either if you step on it or if you're kneeling on it, gives you a little bit more firm pad for you to not slip off your bumper, making the situation worse.
So coming around to the side of this guy, we've got the front bumper covered, but we got a lot more on this. Obviously, those are not stock Jeep wheels or a stock suspension. We got some other things as well, but let's start with the wheels and tires. What do we got here?
Yeah, one of the most noticeable thing you'll see here, these are actually 37-inch KO2 tires. That's part of the JL370 package. These are our Salta XR wheels that we're actually making in Italy nowadays.
Oh, nice.
And these wheels are actually also available for your Colorado Bison there, Chris.
Yep, they are. They are.
So the JL370 has our AEV 2.5-inch dual sport suspension that features Bilstein 5100s or our 8100 series shocks on them.
Okay, nice. And does that come with a certain amount of lift too?
Yep, 2.5-inch lift.
Very
That's
nice.
all we need to get 37-inch tall tires on these Rubicons nowadays, which it's really crazy to think that a JK just a few years ago, you would need 4.5-inch lift
Yeah.
to get 37s. Now it's 2.5.
That's really cool. I mean, that's definite advantage to Jeep. I'm not even allowed to think of 37s on a Colorado, so this is pretty cool. So the Snorkel and the Walkaround video we did on your last truck is what convinced me to put this on my Bison. And they look very familiar on the Snorkel from here, but on my Colorado, I had to put a giant hole in it to go inside.
Yeah.
You guys took a different approach here. What's going on with this?
Yeah, so the Colorado Bison, we had a lot of room inside that fender flare to be able to get the piping into the airbox. But on the Jeep Wranglers, there's a lot more stuff going on. We have
Gotcha.
our batteries located right here. We actually have our fuse box on this side also. So there's just not the space to be able to put this inside the hood. So this is the most direct way we can get air from outside the vehicle up high, into the factory airbox.
That makes a lot of sense. I mean, you don't want a lot of twists and turns in this because, yeah, the travel and the restrictive airflow would be a bad thing. So this looks really good.
Yeah, and I tell people a lot of times is when you put an aftermarket part on the vehicle, you really don't want to hinder the vehicle's performance.
Just like on the Colorado, we have the custom AEV badging. That denotes something special with this, right?
Yeah, so this badging is actually specific for our in-house builds.
Okay.
Like our JL370 gets these fender badges on it. They look really nice. And then we come around, there's more details inside the vehicle when it comes to badging. So on the side here, we have a VIN plate that's actually riveted to the B-pillar.
And there's more than just the badging in there. Look at those seats. Holy cow.
The seats are nice. These are F1 leather seats.
Those seats have been working out, is what it looks like.
They do
Oh,
look
they're
like
Batman seats, you guys.
Another one of the details you'll notice is our dash. Rubicons typically come with this red dash. So we actually painted this granite crystal metallic. It's a factory Jeep color.
Oh, okay, that looks really nice.
Yeah.
And then you have, well, on the Colorado, you have custom gauges, same in this, right?
Custom
For the
gauges,
AEV.
has AEV on it. I was like, is that dog prints on there?
Awesome. So moving around to the back of the truck, we have this AEV Signature tube protection around the rear quarter panel, which is the same on my Bison, I really, really like, and a whole heck of a lot more. What do we got going on here?
Yeah, so like starting off with just the corner tubes is these are manual bent tubes, not only just to the back of the bumper, but they actually come around and reconnect to the frame.
They're frame mounted, yeah.
So if you do land this vehicle on a rock, it's going to be able to support the whole weight without crushing up into the body. Same thing with your Bison.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's very cool. We got the rear recovery points on both sides, I imagine. Yep.
Yep, same thing too. Like 3/4 inch anchor shackles fit there.
That's awesome. It looks like we got maybe some more Baja designs in the back here too.
Yeah, that's where our backup light is now. On our JK bumper, we used to put it on top of the mast here.
Okay.
As kind of a work light. You can still do that from the top, but it's one of those things that we were able to get backup light down low. It's in a space that typically wasn't used, so we can get a light in that spot.
Nice, nice, awesome. And this is not your typical spare tire Jeep mount. There's a lot going on here.
No, this spare tire mount is actually frame mounted. You can see where the two tubes come down. One of the big things is about these rear bumpers is you have a tire and you got a tailgate. A lot of companies on the market will have a latch for you to swing away the tire.
Right.
And then to come swing the tailgate away. It's usually a two-piece design. AEV kind of want to make it a little easier, to make it like a one-handed operation. So nowadays with this, just grabbing the regular door handle, we can open it up and swing both of them at the same time.
Oh, wow.
And they pivot separate from each other.
I mean, yeah, they would have to pivot separate. You have the hinges in different spots, but that's amazing. Yep. So we got the spare tire mount, but we got a lot going on around it. We got shovels, we got, it looks like a gas tank. This is all AEV stuff too, right?
Yep, well, not the shovel.
Oh, okay.
The shovel is from your local
I saw
Harvard.
a sticker though.
I did put one on there so that people don't try to steal my AEV shovel. But yeah, this is actually a space that's really just not used, is this behind the tire. And we're able to get 10.2 gallons of fuel in this dead space that normally just goes to waste. And it only blocks a little bit of vision from the back of the vehicle. And Jeeps are not known for having great visibility directly behind you.
Sure, sure, yep. No, that's really cool, 10.2 gallons.
Yeah.
And then we got a couple of things around back that I see AEV stamped as well, not your typical Jeep parts.
Yeah.
So some relocation, it looks like.
Yeah, with the new Jeep JLs, we have a backup camera in the center of the wheel, and then we have a third brake light that was actually up high on the vehicle, above the tire. When we went to a bigger, larger tire in this fuel caddy, we need to relocate that stuff.
Gotcha.
And one of the neat things is we took this actually factory third brake light and we put it inside of our AEV mount. And
the camera's factory too, just all rehoused in AEV stuff.
Factory camera.
It looks like you also have a rear diff cover under there on the Jeep.
Yeah, that's actually our nodular iron rear diff cover. Gives you a little bit more strength in case of, like, let's say you drag your rear end over a rock, less chance of pulling the diff cover open.
Very nice.
Or even backing into a rock and like denting into the ring gear.
Awesome, awesome. We did one of those.
We sure did.
Yeah, might do it again.
Well, Nate, thank you very much. This is a beautiful Jeep. Where can people find some of these parts or the whole gosh darn thing at once?
Yeah, feel free to give me a call at 248-926-0256 or go online to AEV's website, aev-conversions.com.
Call him. Come on, guys.
I spend a lot of time on that website.
It's a dangerous website. Nate, one thing I gotta say as I look around here, I see just a YouTube video there, a YouTube video there, a YouTube video there. You have a lot of really cool vehicles, primarily Jeeps. We gotta do some stuff with this, especially the Brute.
Yeah, I do have a Brute double cab.
Yep.
It's one of my favorite vehicles, so we can definitely do a walk around of that next.
That'd be so cool. And the fact that you're getting a Gladiator as your next work vehicle, a Brute and a Gladiator at the same time?
Like a side-by-side video, possibly?
Well, guys, thank you all very much for watching. You know, do all the regular YouTube stuff, you know, comments, subscribes, notifications, bells, shares. Anything else I'm forgetting?
I think that's it.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, do all those things, and until next time, everyone, God bless, and don't forget to do it yourself. Oh, the playlist, Overland DIY playlist.
That too.
Check that out. Okay, bye. We got it.